Hello everybody, and welcome back to the range. Tom here, and today we're doing a Porsche 993 GT2. Yeah, I really like the style of Porsche. Didn't really like the wing too much, but I had another one, different style, but I wanted to change it up a little bit. So why don't we head on down to the range and let's get started. I had this one just sitting up on my Hot Wheels wall and it's just looking at me, and it's been looking at me for a little while. And I was like, you know what? I finally decided to take it down and break it out of its package and decided to actually do something with it. You know, I'm not a big import car person or anything like that. I like the look of the Porsche, but they're just a little too pricey for me. I think they're just fun to look at, and that's about it. You know, what I planned on doing to this is I was trying to go a little Fast and the Furious kind of style look with it. You know, pretty wicked looking paint job, maybe some cool wheels, you know, different style fin on it. You know, I just wanted something different, plus I wanted to, you know, kind of do something fun with the paint. You know, I thought about it for a while, and you know, I'm like, you know what, it's time to finally do a Porsche build. And this is actually only the second Porsche I've done on or off camera. You know, first one on camera, second one total. Because I did a Porsche for the giveaway build for Maple Leaf Customs, like give it away, you know, you build a Porsche, you give it to somebody. Well, my Porsche ended up going to Chris's Junkyard Designs. So, he's got that thing. And, you know, I just wanted to have a Porsche for my little hobby, my collection, my little done hobbies, already done, you know, fixed up and all that. So, I decided to cut the wing off of it. And, you know, 'cause I don't like this style wing. I really don't. But I only chopped the top portion of it off. You know, because I really didn't like it. You know, I took my Dremel tool, tried to get it as flat as I could, as straight as I could, because I was going to end up building a wing on top of the things that were already there. So I didn't file it all the way completely down. I thought I'd just go ahead and use what I had. Well, you know, not only, you know, I left the rest of the body the way it was, you know, because I really like the style of it. Like I said, it already has like the wide body kit look on it. And, you know, I wanted to do something a little different. You know, I had to do some type of customization to it. You know, so what I did was, instead of just the wing portion of it, you know, filing it down, of course, you know, I didn't widen out the body. I didn't file down any of the body lines or anything like that, widen up the wheel wells or anything like that. You know, I kept it pretty much the way it was and just kind of changed it up a bit. Ended up putting an engine in it, and you see here that I'm punching the holes because I'm going to be cutting out the hood. And I almost had the hood perfectly cut out, but there was some little portions of it that just kind of, they weren't straight. So, you know, after I got it cut out, you know, it took a bit to cut it out because I had to get it just right, and I broke a couple blades while doing it. But I ended up getting it finally done. And, you know, while I'm doing this voice editing, I'm also doing another build, as, you know, this one's being recorded over. I've already got the video footage edited and everything ready to go. I just had to do the voiceover. But I wanted to try the technique with the paperclip again with the hood, but this time I want to do a little differently with the hood, and it worked for the most part, you know. But I had to make a new hood out of styrene, and luckily enough, it turned out really good. It looked like it was part of the car. You know, there it is with the paper clip. I get a little tongue twisted and confused sometimes. Don't know what to call apart. But I ended up, throughout the video, I ended up sanding down the hood, trying to make it, flush with the rest of it. And, I already had the wheels and stuff picked out for it because he was perfect size to put on it. They looked cool. They're blacked out, so they would look good with any paint scheme that I went with for it. I had to modify the front end of it a little bit to get it to where the hood would tilt. As you see here, it's got a really cool looking stance to it with these wheels. It's low, it sits low, but it doesn't sit low. It looks really cool. You can't open the hood a lot, but you can open it enough to where in the final results you can see at least part of the engine. And I did my best with it. The paint job, I like the paint, how I did the paint. There's some decals with it. I kind of mixed it in with the paint, so it actually looks pretty cool looking. I didn't do really much other than just, cut out the hood, make my own axles, put an engine in, and, just pretty much just built my own wing to it. Other than that, there's the most thing that took the longest was the paint job. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a little bit, because not much longer in this video, I'll be doing the wing next, and then you'll be seeing me start working on the paint. And I really like this style Porsche. I really do. It's a cool looking one. I'm trying to find a 911 turbo because I want to make the Bad Boys Porsche, the one from the first movie. And I'm going to be on the lookout for a Porsche 911, turbo. And I think I have one, but I'm really on for sure because it's a real weird looking one. And it's brown, it's got opening doors, and I'm probably going to have to fix the windscreen on it because it looks like too small of a windscreen. But it looks like a Porsche turbo, so it might be the same one. I don't know, but it'll be alright. But I did find out when I was putting the engine down, I had to trim up the spot right above where the tires would be. I had to make it low enough to where the engine could sit in there and the hood would close over top of it. And after I got that, the little tube piece, I guess, for the, radiator or whatever, I ended up cutting that off because it was going to get the paper clip got in the way, and I wanted to kind of, it didn't open all the way, but it was all right. Still looks decent. You can open and close the hood. But I wanted it to where you can at least see a portion of the engine. I didn't detail it up or nothing like that. But what I ended up doing was I took my Dremel tool and I kind of, sanded down a groove in the hood to where when it closed, it would set down and the groove would go right over the top of the engine where it would set flush. And like I said, I didn't really do a lot of fancy stuff to it, but I really liked the way the hood came out. Not just the opening and closing, but how close I got it to being, fitting perfectly in the cut portion of the front of the car. And I could be wrong, I don't know anything about Porsches, so I could have put the engine in the wrong spot. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a thing about Porsches. I don't know if they're front engine or rear engine or sky engines or anything like that. I know sky engine ain't a thing, but I have no idea about them. But I wanted to just put the engine up front. So if that's where they're supposed to go, then I'm good. But if it's not, oh well, it's a front engine Porsche. There we go. But, you see me, grooving it out, trimming whatever I needed to be trimmed. I even grooved out a little bit of part of the actual base. So when I put it together, the engine didn't hit the paper clip or anything like that. And, it wasn't that difficult to do. It really wasn't. The hardest thing was trying to make sure it fit, honestly. Once I got the front portion to where I wanted it, I decided, I kind of punched the hole a little late on this one, but that's okay. But I wanted it to get it to where everything would open and close, so when I put it together, it would set perfectly. It would have no issues, and it would set flush. I had to kind of sand down the bottom of it so the wheels could turn, and because with the tires being how the size they were, they kind of sat really close to the ground when I put it on there. But other than that, it rolled fine. Yeah, you see the wheels keep falling on and off, but, it's because I make my own axles, that kind of thing. So I ended up taking the sandpaper, running around the bottom, got that smooth, and, I'm kind of marking off how I'm going to want the wing on it. It's a low style wing. It's not like a high up crazy looking one. I ended up kind of trimming it up as I went. I didn't really shape it until I had it already on the car. And sometimes it's an easy way to do it. Sometimes people prefer to do it before they put it on the car, but I thought, just doing it as I'm putting it on the car would have been, it's better for me. But, I got these side pieces that I'm going to throw on here on the wing and, kind of give it that little racer, dragger, whatever you want to call it look. And, it's just, I had a lot of fun with this build. Like I said, it was my second Porsche I've ever done. My next video, I'm doing a 59 Impala. You're just going to have to stay tuned and see what I do to that thing. And, because right now it's in the gun oil, aka citrus strip. But, it's in the gun oil right now. I got the base bathing and some oven cleaner. So, I'm getting all that ready to go. I've already started working on the base, and I've already done a little bit of the body. Here it is. The bottom's all put together. I didn't really do nothing with the base. It was already black, so I didn't have to paint it black. I painted it this Plymouth yellow or whatever. I don't know what the exact color yellow it is as a base color. So I wanted to try something a little different with some tape, different style, and you guys know me, and, I'm always trying to come up with some really funky looking designs and with the tape. And, I wanted it to look neat. I wanted it to look like something I would actually probably see maybe on Tokyo Drift, probably. I don't know. But, the style I was originally going with, I seen it on another car. I can't remember. But I wanted to try to replicate a similar design, but my own little twist to it. And honestly, I like how it turned out. I really did. The paint turned out really good, and it trust me, it's a pretty decent looking pattern that I got, because after I got done taping the yellow, I sent it straight over to get it paint for a second coat of paint. And I went with a wicked orange. Yeah, I went with a wicked orange. I taped off part of the orange, but in the final result, you can't really tell where I taped it off at. I guess because, I don't know, but it didn't come out the way I thought it was going to, but it did come out pretty cool looking. You can't really tell where I had the tape mixed up, because I didn't go with a spot where I taped off of. I didn't end up painting over. I ended up painting over towards the back of the car, and So you can't really tell that I taped off the orange. It honestly just looks like I just went straight from yellow to red, and that's what I went with my third color, with a wicked pearl red. And here's what it looks like with all the tape off of it. You know, that's just the top view. I'm putting on some decals with it, some I got in the mail. There were some extras that I ordered with some Transformers decals. You know, I really like how this looks. It looks really neat once you like actually look at it from the side. And you know, I wanted to go something a little, you know, I guess Japanese or Chinese, whatever it is. This Rising Sun, I think that's Japan. But yeah, I thought this really was going to help set it off. And you know, I put it on the sides, and it looked really cool after I got done with it. And I really liked how it turned out. Kind of looks like a piece of candy, if you ask me. You know, I put the micro set down, and then I, you know, kind of tubbed it in there, and you know, it's starting to come together with these decals. So I ended up using some of my racing decals and put it on the sides as well. But I don't think I really showed, you know, me putting those on there. But other than that, like, I really love how this turned out. It turned out amazing. You know, it's something I would love to see going up and down the road. Like I said, I'm not really a Porsche guy. I'm not really an import kind of guy. You know, I like the classic muscle cars. It's how I grew up. It's how I am. You know, here I am putting the racing decals on. And, yeah, I put, like, I think another decal on, but I just don't show it because I was kind of getting towards the end. And I didn't want to spoil it right off the bat. So that's why I think I cut it off on part of me putting the decals on, because I just didn't want to spoil the final results. And that's why I normally don't show you guys the paint, because I want you guys to be surprised at what I did to it and how I did it. And that's what I'm going to do with my 59 Impala that I'm doing in my next video. But you guys remember how it looked before. This Porsche 993 GT2. I don't know what year it is. It's a pretty cool looking Porsche. I like the wide body kit on it. I wanted to throw a caliber 50 customs twist onto it. And you guys can be the judge of that. But I think I succeeded. But without further ado, let's check out the final results. And I'll see you next time at the range.